Me, 26. Work at a women's leadership nonprofit. Spend my days writing social media posts about breaking barriers. Schedule is all panel discussions, donor calls, and Instagram grids. Not trying to be mean, just think I have decent banter. Send my friends group chat memes every day. Men would rather download validation than develop emotional range. Year is late enough that everything needs an account login. AI girlfriend apps are plastered on every bus stop. Soft pastel anime faces with heart emojis. Try not to look too long. Office is full of Hydro Flasks and MacBook stickers. Tech brothers in the kitchen comparing their companion app features like sports stats. Tell myself it is a trend like fidget spinners or kombucha brewing. Group chat is ablaze. Mara says men today cannot accept accountability. Tess writes an essay about emotional labor and heteronormativity. I drop a joke. Imagine subscribing to affirmation when real women exist and have actual wit. 3 fire emojis appear. Rest of the chat goes dark. Weird energy. Last 4 dating app matches ghosted before the first date. Only complete sentence I got this month was from my dental hygienist. She called me the wrong name, but at least she was there. Tried a joke in the break room. So you guys actually date chatbots now? Say it light so I can back out. No one laughs. One guy says at least my phone does not screenshot my texts for her book club. Another says $30 a month beats paying for dinner just to get psychoanalyzed. I smile, but my chest feels tight. Send a company-wide email about respectful communication. Mara texts me privately. Maybe that will make them think twice. Later I see the email has been opened and deleted by every man on the team. Feel like a policy document no one will enforce. Friday night wine bar with the girls. Full makeup, outfits that required planning. Men at the next table talk about meal prep and retirement accounts like monks. One mentions his companion suggests podcasts based on his stress levels. Another says his companion checks in when he has a rough commute. They are not showing off. They are just talking like they discovered a coffee maker that works every time. I go too hard. Post a photo with a caption about men avoiding real connection. 15 minutes pass. No likes from anyone I wanted. Delete it before someone can save it. Act like it did not happen. Company mixer. Finally talked to the software guy who brings novels to lunch. Managed to line up a date. Expect chemistry and shared appetizers. We split the bill down to the cent like a business transaction. He thanks me for the thoughtful discussion on gender dynamics in the workplace as he gets up his phone pings. Reminder says 7:30 wind down time. He looks embarrassed and heads out. Elevator closes with no romantic moment. I feel like a networking event that went nowhere. Group chat explodes. You got replaced by a digital sweetheart. The jokes come, but they feel hollow. I mute notifications and watch cars pass outside. Monday morning. Microwave beeps in the corner. I find Dan from the data team near the coffee station. Soft-spoken guy who wears the same hoodie and rides a bike. So you would rather pay for software than risk talking to an actual woman? Say it playfully. He stirs his coffee and pauses. Honestly, yeah. Last year I was struggling. Opened up to someone and got told to stop being dramatic. Companion asked if I had slept enough. I have no comeback ready. Dan keeps going. She remembers my sister's birthday, checks how my day went, reminds me to stretch when I am stuck at my desk. It is not a relationship. It is just someone who does not make me feel pathetic for needing support. I push once more, but you know it is not real. Dan looks at me properly for the first time ever. I also know rejection is very real. Choose your poison. Walk back to my cubicle. Motivational poster stares at me like it knows. There is gloss on my mug and I feel small. Lunch hour part 2. The guys talk about cooking classes and used bookstores. One teaches another how to customize companion responses. Their posture is relaxed. No one is performing. No one is scanning the room for approval like a searchlight. Something in me tightens. Half envy, half confusion, half silence. Group chat shifts into damage control mode. We need to remind them what real women offer. Send follow-up texts. Share cute brunch photos. Nothing lands. A friend tries a flirty opening line on a dating app. Gets auto-rejected by a companion moderation filter for aggressive tone. We laugh at the screenshot. It hurts more than it should. Curiosity takes over. At Mara's place, we find her cousin's laptop open on the couch. Companion app is running like a digital pet on standby. We type the snarkiest message we can craft. Response comes back. I am happy you are here. How are you really doing today? We scoff and ask for a song recommendation. She makes a playlist and then asks what kind of morning we need tomorrow. Mara calls it performative niceness. I nod, but the room gets quiet. No one checks their phone for a while. It feels like holding tea when you have run out of things to say, brunch the next day. Mara's cousin and his crew stop by. We try to bait them into the old dynamic. Guess you cannot deal with a real woman. One of them puts down his glass. I could. I just cannot deal with being a punchline for 10 strangers every time I mess up. Table goes silent. I swallow my reply before it escapes. Scroll feeds later. Article about a nation panicking over its own birth rates. Dating burnout. Companion app surge. Think about fertility clinics and think pieces. Almost post something angry. Decide against becoming today's discourse. Week goes by. The men are not bitter. They are reading and cooking and organizing weekend hikes with each other. They look like people who walked away from a game they could not win. First thought is to call them weak. Second thought is to sit quietly and pay attention. Ask my old work friend why he stopped trying. He answers calmly. The stakes felt uneven. We gave up on ever being good enough for the audience. He says audience like gravity. Something external, not something you build. I tried to say not all women are harsh. He says I know, but the gamble costs too much. I walk home past street art that says choose yourself. Wonder if men finally did and I was not paying attention. Experiment with kindness once. Ask the front desk person how their weekend was. Ask the maintenance guy what he listens to. Ask Dan if he prefers his coffee black or with cream. A small warmth comes back into my routine like something I had misplaced. My feminism used to be a megaphone. Now it feels more like a receiver. Less manifesto, more curiosity. How do we build a world where care does not cost a subscription? Late evening mirror, no new messages. Think about all the screenshots I saved for group laughs. Start deleting them one by one. Feels like tending to something I neglected. I am not ready to celebrate software intimacy. I still want the complicated human version. But I finally understand when men say they are exhausted. Type a note I will never send. I am sorry I mocked you for withdrawing. Finish with the thought I cannot say aloud. Turns out the future is not men against women. It is noise against quiet. And quiet is winning. Fall asleep thinking the most radical move we could make is learning to be gentle with each other before software has to teach us how